Well, there is a word that many of you are not familiar with. It's called blockchain. Yep, blockchain. The next everything, and Stephen Williams is with us today. He is the author of this book. He's written business and health columns for the New York Times and Newsweek. He's contributed regularly to GQ, the Smithsonian, and we're so thrilled he's with us today. And he also has been using blockchain in a new startup, a fashion startup. And it's nice to have you with us, Stephen.
Hey, thanks very much. I'm glad to be here.
So, tell everybody, please explain to us, because the book is getting rave reviews. People are saying that an experienced tech writer finally explains blockchain technology and how it will actually transform the world as we know it in this accessible, reader-friendly, illuminating guide.
Yeah, and you'd like to know what blockchain is, of course, because it's a mysterious word about a kind of complex technology. But at its heart, blockchain is a way of organizing information and keeping it secure and keeping it accessible to everyone.
So, give me an example of how you're using it in your own company, in your new company that you started, this fashion startup.
Well, in my startup, I'm still working on. It's definitely in the startup phase. We're using blockchain technology to connect businesses and encourage them with the use of coins and tokens to reuse materials to reduce waste. That's how we're using it. This is still a ways off, and there are many other companies around the world using blockchain right now for very practical purposes.
So, if we were to talk in 5 years, fast forward 5 years, everybody will probably know what blockchaining is by then?
Well, I think that what's important is to know what blockchain can do for us and what the potential is. But just as we use the World Wide Web and we use email and even texting without totally understanding the technology that runs it, I think that we'll be using blockchain almost unconsciously within the next few years, yes.
How did you find out about this? How did this evolve for you in your life?
Well, about 4.5 years ago, I first came across the word blockchain, and I looked up to see what it was about and became intrigued by the distributed system, the different way of organizing it that's non-hierarchical and kind of cuts out a lot of middle people in transactions. And so I just kept looking into it and realized that everything I read, every conference I went to, it was all highly technical and difficult for the average person to understand. So having been a writer for many decades, I decided I should write a book that would appeal to a general audience and make it easier for people to understand and also be entertaining for them to understand.
Yeah, because I think that when you mention the coins, people are like, really? But this is a little bit different, isn't it?
Well, blockchain is based on technology that's been around since the 60s, but the type that we're talking about was invented in 2008 to support the Bitcoin platform. Because Bitcoin is digital, you had to have a way to track who owned what, who spent what, and where each coin was. And so blockchain was invented for that, but very quickly people realized that it could have all kinds of applications beyond cryptocurrency. And cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, I think, has taken a hit in reputation because of a lot of people trying to speculate and get rich quick from it, buying Lamborghinis and all this kind of behavior. But actually, blockchain is a foundational technology, just like electricity or even the wheel, that will really affect a lot of different applications.